Hey y'all, what's up? Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. It ain't really nothing on, like I said, so I figured I'd hop in here and talk to y'all for a little bit. I'm actually blinging out a hookah, if you can imagine that. So while I'm blinging the hookah, I figure I'd stop and talk to y'all for a few minutes, see what everybody got going on, talk about what's on social media a little bit, spend a little bit of this time on this good Sunday. While I'm doing something, I figured y'all might be busy too. We can all be busy together. I know it ain't but like four people in here. Y'all hit the like button anyway. It might not seem like much, but it means something to me. Please hit the like button. Hey Dora, hey Plum. Yeah, I'm trying to so I got a pink hookah and I want to bling it pink as well. So it's gonna be iced out with pink. Everything is gonna be all pink, everything. Even though y'all know green is my color. Well, pink and green are my colors, but green is like my signature color. However, this hookah is gonna be all pink. Hey, Kenya 330, you working? Girl, me too. I'm in the process of blending a hookah, which is what I was talking about. So I'm getting that done. And like, believe it or not, it gets a little iffy just because, like, when you buy your bling, especially if it's sheeted in any way, it's not always guaranteed to be like a perfect line. So sometimes it gets a little funny. Hey, the divine Miss M. Yeah, so one, y'all, I done seen a bunch of weird stuff on social media. One, y'all know, as sisters, we got to talk about what's going on with that young man. I think his name was Larvell. What was his name? Let me look. Because I know it was on Facebook. I was blown away. This was this clown that went, yeah, Larvell Huddleston up in Wisconsin. It seemed like all the crazy stuff is happening in Wisconsin. I'm not sure why, but enough is enough with that. Yeah, Kenya, I'm working with the pink. Everything is going to be blinged out pink. Okay. I'm going to turn the camera on real quick. My hair ain't combed. Y'all don't talk about me too bad. I don't really care though. You know, it's me. Y'all know. It just kind of is what it is. Hey, Vet. So this is the original hookah. So it's pink everywhere. Everything is pink. So what I'm getting ready to do is add lots of pink bling to it. So that's what I'm actually doing. I'm actually prepping it. Hey Leslie, hey Latavia. So I figured while I'm in here working, blinging. Hey Serene. Oh dang, my sister's coming up in here. I figured I would be working while I talk to y'all and we could just, do what sisters do. Hey DT. Hey Cheryl. Oh dang, a bunch of y'all up. But listen, like for real, it really wasn't nothing good on TV. And it wasn't no gossip that really was, in my opinion, thumbnail worthy. It wasn't worthy of a thumbnail. So y'all know I don't know how to fake it. I ain't never been faking phony, so I can't make it be what it ain't. And we all saw 3.8 million reasons why you don't need to be trying to create not a goddamn thing. You feel me? So anyway, and y'all please hit the like button as you come in. Hey, LEL. So listen, we have got to talk about this. Yep, Kenya, I'm gonna show y'all as soon as I'm done. You K Michelle got a show on Lifetime called Killer Body. No, I didn't know that, but I guess she should be the one to do that one. Hey, Tamika. So yeah, we gotta talk about this clown, Larvell Huddleston, that murdered this young woman over there in Wisconsin. Now I'm trying to understand, is this becoming a trend? Like if it's a trend, let me know. I'm trying to tell you, it's out of control. DT said, thanks for an awesome night of great music last night. Thank you for being there. Y'all, we was over in Twitch last night. Let me tell y'all this before we start talking about this clown that murdered this young woman in front of her child. However, last night, y'all, we was over on that good old Twitch having us a dance party. Baby, we started off with the old school. We had a little blues off in there, some Johnny Taylor, honey, some Bobby Womack went down. We had some old school R&B up in there. And then y'all know this is African Heritage Month. So we was busting black music from all over the globe. We was over there in, well, where was that, DT? I think DT took us to Tonga. Where you took us, DT? You took us somewhere. And that was rocking. We had Baker Boy out of Australia. I played some Charlie Boy out of Nigeria. We had some Garifuna music out of Honduras and Belize. Like we had it bumping up in there, man. We had some South African music. Like it was really that. It was really that last night. We had a good time, just enjoying ourselves last night, man. We had a heck of a time up in there. So next time we doing a dance party, don't y'all miss it because it'd be fun. Hey Tracy. Oh, I'm glad that I'm on. I'm not glad that you couldn't sleep, but I'm glad that I'm on and we can keep each other company. Yeah, there was some Sierra Leone music. We had some music up in there, man. It was bumping. It was bumping last night. But back to this young man in Wisconsin, because like I'm saying, and like I keep trying to put out, I feel like it is becoming a trend, and I feel like it's possibly becoming a trend because of the attention that these young men are getting from taking the lives of young black women. And then the fact that he did that in front of that child, y'all, that thing disturbed me. I ain't gonna lie, it disturbed me. I tried to watch as much as I could. I think it was taken down off of social media for the most part. Gossip Girl had it over there. Y'all know Gossip Girl, XOXO, Gigi. She had it. So I was trying to watch it on her channel last night. I'm honestly, y'all, it was only so much of it I could handle. Not because of Gigi. I love Gigi. But what I didn't like was, the fact that he put it live on Facebook lets me know that y'all will even take a life to get attention. You'll take your own life to get attention. And it's not like, oh, you so hard and you took your life because you a gangster. Nah, you a punk and you took your life because you scared to go to prison, dog. Like, that's what this really is. Let's really call it what it really is. Like, you not hard for taking a woman away from her family and from her child. And he didn't even consider the fact now the baby ain't got no daddy or no mama. Hey, Lala. Yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. That's why I'm like, nah, I ain't really trying to make it so much entertaining. I'm up here blinging a hookah, talking to y'all. And I'm like, let's just talk like family talk today. I'm in one of them moods. I don't feel like making it no show. I just want to have a conversation. If y'all don't mind. DT, you say Fiji and Solomon Islands. Okay, thank you, boo. Because I was going to mess it up. But I know I enjoyed the music. Them drums speak for themselves. But it was interesting. I'm going to tell y'all what was even more interesting. What was even more interesting were the comments from the men in some of these Facebook posts. The comments from some of the men in these Facebook posts, y'all, was pure problematic. When I say pure problematic, they sitting up talking about, oh, y'all females be playing with people's feelings. And then you saw females, the Mammy Squad, they came out real hard. The Aunt Jemimas, they came out real tough. And, oh, well, mental illness, mental health. Listen, this is not an issue of mental illness and mental health. This is an issue of somebody who had a complete disregard for human life. That's what it was. Straight up disregard for human life. And it really ain't no other way to put it. Like, that's legit what it was. And then what's worse is that I saw people that seemed to be more concerned with him and his family and how he felt and prayers for him. And I'm sitting there like, okay, is this the Twilight Zone? Is everybody doing is there like a group crack smoking event that I missed? Why are we praying for the murderer? What the hell is going on here? Now, I'm not the smartest woman in the world, but I know that don't sound right. Why are we praying for the murderer? Like, it was crazy. And then the video kept going. Like I said, it was I was watching it over on Gossip Girl because Gigi be up late nights too. And while I'm looking at it, I'm trying to figure out like at what point, because like I said, I had to keep coming in and out. Hey, Angel baby. Hey, I make 59 look good. I had to kind of keep going in and out because, like I told y'all, that was a lot for me to even watch. Like that was really messing with me. That this was really happening. But anyway, it was crazy that the baby was still there. Baby name was Egypt. Angel, we talking about the young man up there in Wisconsin. If a man is what you can call him, I would prefer to call him an animal. But he did all this with the baby in the house. He then turns on the television and try to call himself fixing the baby something to eat, or after you've done all this debauchery in front of this child. Now this baby probably gonna have nightmares about this mess for the rest of his little life. Just horrible. Like I just couldn't even imagine, like, what kind of damage, what kind of monster, what kind of depraved individual are you before you can do that kind of thing in front of a child? Like, that's just sick to me. I'm sorry. That's just sick to me. I can't make no sense out of it. Cheryl, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate the support, sis. I really do. DT say 13 people need to hit that like button. Y'all, come on, hit the like button. I know we just kicking the bobo on a Sunday, but please hit the like button. Yes, they said pray for the murderer and was trying to find a way to blame the victim, all the way down to trying to like insinuate that possibly she was loose or something. And my attitude is I wouldn't care if she was loose as a goose. That's her body. You do not own Black women's bodies. If she decided to give it to everybody, the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker, that does not give you the right to put your hand on that young Black woman. You had no business. You don't own her, sir. I'm trying to understand, like, where is this mindset coming from? Because what was going on in this story, from what I could figure out, was that the young woman was trying to leave the relationship, which is one of those things that people love to criticize women for. Oh, she should have left. So this situation, the young woman left the relationship. He came to her house, managed to get his way inside. I can only imagine that he did not tell the truth to manage to get inside her home. But then once he was inside her home, decided to take her life because she wanted to move on. Talking about she playing with his feelings. No, she just didn't want to keep wasting her life with you. Like at a certain point, anybody can outgrow anybody. Or better still, take this on for size. As Black women, we don't need a reason to leave you alone. We don't need a reason at all. We can leave you because the sun didn't shine right that day. We can leave you because we didn't like your haircut. We can leave you because you don't wash behind your ears well. Like, there's a million reasons why we could leave you alone. And we got every right to do so without losing our lives. Kind of garbage is that? It's the entitlement for me. It's the mindset that Black women don't have agency over their own bodies. It's always somebody trying to tell a Black woman how she need to dress, how she need to walk, how she need to talk. And if you don't do everything that people tell you you should do with your body, as though you're not in control of your body, then anything that happens to you, we're going to find a way to make you the villain. And whoever aggresses you, they're going to be the victim. Because that's what I saw with this sad situation with this young woman. And she was a pretty little girl too. She ain't had no business with that monster. He looked musky. He looks musky. It just didn't make no sense. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching this. And all the while that this story is unfolding and things are steady coming out, I look up and Kanye West is in the news again. This time he's crying, he's blowing dog whistles, and he's crying for Black people's support. Oh, you wouldn't even be popular with Black people if it wasn't for me. And you're accusing me of X, Y, and Z, and I'm not doing nothing. And all because something about my Black children. I want to be around my Black. Baby, you don't have no Black children. You didn't want any Black children. You have Black and Armenian children. You have mixed race children. And stop trying to call us into this. We don't have nothing to do with this. Hey, D. Marie. I'm real tired. First, we had Tandy Newton trying to bring Black women into her mess. And now we got Kanye West trying to bring black folks into his mess. First of all, ain't nobody tell you to go mess with, Blue Light Special Coochie. This girl done laid up with any and everybody who would have her. Sweet Lord. You went and got her. Whatever you got, you got. Why are you trying to involve other people? And in my opinion, I feel like that is clearly what Kanye is trying to do. He's hoping that he can weaponize black folks, probably namely black women, against this lady. I don't have nothing to do with it. I don't. And I hope y'all ain't got nothing to do with it either. Angel Baby say now he need the black community for his help. No, we can't be your help, baby. You on your own. You are on your own. Don't come looking for us. We didn't put you with her. We didn't break you up from her. Work it out. Now he messing with this other lady that look real creepy in the face. He better make sure she's not the undead. Lel say, but they are supporting him through those Shanitra. The idiots are supporting him in his manipulation. Well, baby, that you said it right there. You said the idiots. The idiots. And you gotta always remember, we have two sets of people. One set are really black folks, and the other set are really dusty Americans. And so if you dustish and you support Kanye, I mean you no harm, but I want black folks to mind our business. But I believe there's some clowns out there. Yes, Blue Light Special Coochie. You remember Kmart used to have a Blue Light Special from the bargain bin? Because that's what it was. Kanye the one, well, no, Reggie Bush first. Well, no, me take it all the way back to Ray J. Ray J was the first one that helped her change her price tags. Because before then, straight up Blue Light Special. So the fact that Kanye put her some new clothes on and tried to make her dress better, and you got so many black women that anything that black men are for, they'll go and co-sign it. A lot of them went and co-signed her, and everything she did was okay, because they want to show solidarity with black men, even when it's against themselves. So they co-sign this hooker. And if you think I'm wrong, go online and say something about it and see if don't a bunch of at least 200 to 300 mammies come out of the woodwork to attack you. Hey, Miss Sparkle. Hey, Ray all day. Hey, Diamond Pearl Jim. Girl, I ain't been eating popcorn and watching them, but I sure been watching them. I probably need me some popcorn though. I ain't had no popcorn, but I sure been watching. This is a mess. Hey, Maybelline. I just been keeping my eye on it. He want to sit there and point out everything they doing to him, and this is what y'all do to black men, girl. Boy, I'm calling him girl, but boy, they been doing this. They were doing it when you walked your stupid behind in there. Only reason they ain't ran him crazy because he was already crazy when he got there. And I think that's the problem that the Kardashians are running into. They like, well, what do you do when you can't drive him crazy? You can't run him crazy when he already lived there. You can't run him to where he stay. He stay there. He lives at Crazy, 123 Crazy Street. That is his home address. You say Kanye could be a great man to support, but he chooses to be terrible every time. And it annoys me when people pretend like he's not crazy. Child, that boy been crazy. He has been crazy. PBH, hey, how you been? Good to see you. Did you say whenever a dusty man of the dusty community comes out, dear friends, please mind your business. Yes, mind your business. Okay. He live on Crazy Street. He been there. They jumped up and was like, all right, let's do what we normally do. Run them crazy. And they was like, well, the GPS said you will arrive in 10 seconds. Just turn around. He already lived there. Say the whole situation getting on my nerves. Like, we don't care, sir. We don't. I don't even know if somebody could possibly tell him, for the rest of us that are not dustish, we're actually black. We don't care, Kanye. I'm just saying. I think it's safe to say that black people who do not have a dusty origin do not care nothing about you and Kim Kardashian. We don't. Yeah, mind your business and let him be. That's right. Welcome, welcome, y'all. Welcome. PBH say they could afford to keep their private issues, keep their issues private. We don't care. We don't. And I'm not understanding why that keeps coming to the forefront. We really don't care. Kanye is trying his hardest to mobilize black people to help him fight these monsters. Baby, if you wanted to fight them, the best thing you could have done was kept your penis and your wallet to yourself. That's what you could have done. Instead, you went replacing her wardrobe, showing her how to dress better, running around making children with them. Now you want everybody to help you fight them. No, ain't nobody tell you to go crawl in the bed with Thanos. Tend to your business. D. Marie says, is there even anything else they can throw out there? I don't know. I guess he gonna tell us next that they aliens or they reptilian, or maybe they from Alpha Centauri. I don't know. Diamond Pearl Jim say they didn't have to take the back roads with him. He was already on the turnpike. Listen, that's where that man lived. That is where he lives, honey. Every day, all day. Say me trying to find a single care about Kanye. Maybe I can call Pastor Dr. Coochie Pop and ask her for some cares to give about Kanye. I don't even think she got none at this point. But now let's talk about something else that went on. Why are we talking? And y'all continue to throw stuff out in the chat. Tonight is just a Sunday night chat. We just talking tonight. But are you all aware that Tasha K put out a video saying that she had a plane crash or crash landing or something malfunction with the airplane? Did y'all see that? Because I was looking at that. And then I was looking at people automatically assume the lady lying because she done got caught lying before. So he's the one that chased to be with the Walking Dead. Right. Not calling us to help him fight zombies. The lies you tell. I don't even like zombie movies. LEL said Kanye found out the lemon pepper coochie is sour and he want to act like it's sweet. Yeah. But he said he was just saying, not even, what was it, a month ago, 2 months ago, when he did that show with Drake. Was it for Larry Hoover? I want to say. Talking about some come back to me, Kimberly. Yeah, she was okay, PPH. She was saying that like I guess she was saying some kind of malfunction, but that they were fine, is the impression that I got. However, let me tell you about y'all friend Dennis McKinley. Why he goes online to say, like, basically, dang, she wasn't thrown out her seat and through a window. I'm like, but this is the man that people want me to believe that don't have violent tendencies. The lady lied on you, sir. You could have did the same thing Cardi B did and went to court. As a matter of fact, if I remember correctly, you threatened to go to court and then did not do it. Now all of the sudden, here you come talking about, was she not thrown through a window, out of her seat and through a window? Then everybody else might believe that you're not violent. I don't believe that, and I still believe everything Storm said about you. You say, yeah, you heard Trasher Coupon about it and asked myself, how did she survive it? It was something about when they landed. I think maybe the landing gear didn't go right. It was just like a little rough thing. She probably got shook up, got scared, or whatever. I don't think that's much to lie about, because I mean, how many clicks and views can she get? But she could be lying. It's possible. And I could have even went with him if he'd have said, oh, I don't believe her, she lying. You know, you got every right to feel that way. After all, she told everybody you sleeping with the barnyard. So that part I understand. But the fact that he went straight to, violent imagery, sir, you're not going to tell me you're not violent. You're not. Not and I'm going to believe it. You saw that? Right. It was a bit much. Yeah, and this is the thing, Serene, even if he didn't have no sympathy, which I saw that. You ain't got no sympathy, that's one thing. But the thrown out your seat and through a window, sir, your slip is hanging. You say Denisha need to sit down. He sure do. He sure do. And all he had to do was turn on Portia. He got a bunch of fans, honey. And people gonna pretend like they don't see that this man is something not right with him. It's something definitely not right with this man. He ain't fooling me. He might get y'all, but he won't get me. He LEL say, bye Tasha. This your first time riding Spirit Airlines. That plane shakes sometime. Get used to it. Girl, did you say Soul Plane? She was on Soul Plane on Spirit. I ride Soul Plane. I don't say I ride Soul Plane. Sometimes you can get a ticket, $24, $25, jump right on Soul Plane and get there in a hurry. Yeah, I believe Storm. I ain't never not believed her. It was just funny to see people rush to his defense. Like, I don't know. To me, it's just creepy. The fact that you can see somebody's a scumbag, but all they got to do is attack somebody that you already don't like, and all of a sudden they're a hero. They're great. It's a good man. It's the best person since sliced bread. Cut the crap, man. Cut the crap is all I'm saying. I believe everything that girl said about him. You say she's had one exciting start to 22. You ain't lying. I don't need my 2022 to go like that. Trust me. Hey, listen. I don't want none. If that's what you call excitement, PBH, they can leave me out. I don't need no excitement, baby. DT say, yes, Mr. Potato Head should have kept his mouth shut and stuffed his fat mouth with hot dogs. I'm not finna say that word, DT. I know what that means. Yeah, it's so unladylike. But you know what? We know he's not a lady because he refused to put on a decent bra and will not put dusting powder up under his girls. So we know that ladylike is not in his persona. Serene said, I saw the video. I don't think it was that severe due to the fact everyone around her was cool. I think she was exaggerating. I believe that too. I believe that she was exaggerating to a certain degree. Some people just dramatic. I think she probably got scared and just went left because that's probably just who she is. I don't know that lady. So I really don't know. What I will say is even if he was gonna say, oh, she lying, is fake, why are you talking about throwing out of seats and through windows? Why? All that does is say to me that no, Dennis is exactly what they say he is. Dennis, Portia, and Simon, three of a kind. They seem to have the same personality. Now y'all gonna leave Simon up out of this. I'm actually all right with Simon's person with his behavior. I still think he's scary. He's still scary to me. But personality-wise, Simon is a lot more desirable personality-wise than Portia or Dennis. Like, when you look at it realistically, it's just my opinion. I feel like in the real world, Simon wouldn't have talked to nobody like Portia or Dennis. Like, both of them people would have kept walking. I think what got Portia into a conversation with somebody like Simon was her booty. And this is one time that like I told y'all before, I think her booty done got her in a world of trouble. I don't know how she gonna get out of it. Yeah. He's so unladylike. Lala is correct. He is. Sure, talking about the devil said to himself, she ain't getting in here. You mean to tell me the devil was trying to keep her out of hell? Sure, don't you start that. Don't you start that. DT said, if anyone has a missing auntie named Denise, please come pick her up from the hot dog stand. Y'all, let me tell y'all what my youngest be calling these men like Dennis. Y'all ready? This fool calls him a sassy auntie. Talking about, ooh, he acting like a sassy auntie. And I was just so weak. I was so weak. But that's really what Dennis is giving. Dennis is giving us the sassy auntie. In real life. Say, yes, D-Cup's just jumping everywhere. Like, sir, control your bosom. Right. Just running around sagging and jiggling like an old milk cow. Put on a good Brazil. Even if he just go get one of them Walmart bras, it'll hold better than what he got. Because right now, I think he's trying to use a sports bra or undershirt. And that ain't going to work. You need the padded strap and an underwire. Because he's got plus size girls. And they need to be strapped now. Say Dennis is giving us locker room action with the sports players after the match. Oh my. Now, see, I don't. Ooh, oh wow. Say clown on Dennis all you want. You say Denise. I'm sorry, clown on Denise all you want. But when I need someone to stir my pot of greens, I know who to call. No, he can't stir no greens for me. No, Denise can't stir no greens for me. Come again, say Simon is definitely playing a game. Even rich people want to be a celebrity by any means. Hey, Shanitra. Hey, come again. I told y'all what I think, and I don't think celebrity is the end game. But I could be wrong. I think that man after something a whole lot different than a doggone celebrity. I think it runs a little bit deeper than that, honey. Why would a puff be that dark? That's weird. I don't know why these little weird behind bots come up in him. You say you wish yours was as big as Dennis, but you don't want him to be flabby though. You don't want him to be flabby. Mm-mm. That's my issue with Dennis. Like if you do some push-ups and stuff, even when you have a bosom, if you do push-ups, it'll make your girl stay up a lot longer. I did lots of push-ups and bench pressing, and my girl stayed up. My girl stayed up. So I feel like, it's not too late for Dennis if he get on in that gym and be real diligent with his bench press, with his butterfly, with his push-ups. He can pick his girls up because they are starting to sag. All jokes aside, they starting to drop and droop. But if you want your girls to stay up, you're going to have to do a little, retrain that pectoralis major. You got to retrain that pec muscle. And that really will pick your breast up without you having to get a breast lift. That's just FYI. It works. Lala saying, what's interesting to me is Denise never has that energy for men, but you always want to be aggressive toward women. He's a he-man woman hater, just like Kitten Hills. You know what? You're right. You're right. Mm-hmm. He don't want to fight with no men. He has no interest in fighting with men. He want to sit up there and call Dom gay, this, that, and the third, but you wasn't really trying to fight Dom either. Truth be heard. Right, workout and an underwire bra and workout, and then try to sleep in your bras. Try to hold them girls in as best you can when you sleep at night. Don't just be letting them puppies roam all across the yard. Don't do that. Don't do it because you're going to regret it later. I'm telling you. I sleep in my bras. And somebody should have told Dennis to sleep in his. Say, right, Dennis size is nice, but they need to be propped up and sitting pretty. I don't like the breastfeeding gorilla chest look. Yeah, ain't nothing worse than gorilla titties. You can't just have your breast pointing at the ground like that. That's not it. That is not it. No. You have to really work to keep your breast up because if you don't, it's going to end in a breast lift for you. Now, they do have that keyhole where they do the keyhole lift. Y'all know what I'm talking about, where they cut around the nipple and they do like almost like a diagonal cut going up, and it looks really just like a keyhole. And he can get a breast lift, but I just feel like it's not too late because men do tend to build muscle a little bit better. Go ahead on, hit the gym, work on your pecs, and that'll pick his breast up. Puppies, yes, puppies. You got to pick your breast up. You can't just, you can't just give up. Dennis ain't old enough to just give up and just have your breast scraping the ground yet. Now, Dennis, I don't like you, but I'm just telling you straight up. You can pick your breast up. You do not have to give up. You don't. Giving up does not have to be on your resume. But with all that being said, I still have a problem with his aggressive language toward women. Definitely got a problem with that. You say he gives you an auntie who puts her nose in everybody's business, but we all know she the family courtesan at night. Ooh, are you trying to call him a lady of the evening? Is that what you're saying? He's a lady of the evening? Now, DT, DT, did you really say this man is the lady of the evening in real life? Mm-hmm. I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got nothing to say. You win. You win. What I can tell you is people better watch him. They better watch him. I think a lot of times what happens is when men look like Dennis, people don't really take it serious because he's not physically fit. He's a cornball. He's not exactly the cool guy. He doesn't come off as an alpha male. And I think people take it for granted and they start assuming, oh, you don't have to take him serious. He just saying stuff. He ain't going to do nothing. I don't care how corny, chubby, floppy, flabby, gross a man looks. That's still a man. You still have to take it serious when people start, using that type of language. When you look at that young man who murdered that young woman up there in Wisconsin, he didn't look like to me he was somebody who I would have necessarily been worried about if I passed him on the street. He didn't look like he was no beast. He didn't look like, you know what I'm saying? Like some men look aggressive and you're naturally on your guard. But you still have to give it up for the fact that some men don't look dangerous, but they are most definitely dangerous. They're dangerous. I mean, ain't no other way about it. Dennis is somebody, in my opinion, that people need to keep their eye on because I believe this man is dangerous. I do. And I think the only thing that kept Portia safe is that, I believe Portia is, a half a dozen short of a dozen. Like she working at half capacity. And everybody know when people be kind of off like that, they real aggressive and they real strong. And I think that's the only thing to save Portia. I think he done tried it. And little psycho see it and flipped that. And just like we saw her do on camera, and it didn't go well. Hey, Makia. But that's my whole point, though, when you think about it. That's my whole point when you think about it. I feel like that man is very dangerous. Even the way he was acting toward them, like they holding you back from fighting a girl, and you done told this whole lie about she tried to hit your mama, and we done all examined that tape 17, 50, 11 times, and we don't see no evidence of that girl trying to hit your mama. Boy, bye. But we always got people that take up for these men, and we got to at some point discuss why we keep making excuses for these dustish Americans. Because really, what you're doing is you're empowering them to attack people. You're giving them the ammunition. You already giving them the excuses. This young man that murdered that young woman up there in Wisconsin, people. Okay, can y'all hear me now? No sound? Okay. I had to switch up. I don't know. Every now and then it just do that. I don't like it, but I'm back. Hey, Charlene Edwards. I'm back, y'all. I'm back. But I was listening to a group of women literally make excuses for why a lot of our young Black men have become toxic and they're violent and they're aggressive. And it turns into this one lady, no joke, I couldn't make this up. She sit there and she's like, I got 3 sons and people are mean to them and they don't know how to count their change at the store. And I'm sitting there like, yo, for real? This is what you're saying? DT say he need 27 likes, y'all. Please hit the like button as you come in. And so I'm sitting there like, okay, so instead of holding these people accountable for their behavior, it's the excuses for me. We make excuses for these people. And because we continually make excuses for these people, and we could see it. Oh, it's 11:11 over here on in the Central Time Zone. Hey, Egypt. And so we make excuses for them. So we keep seeing the same behavior over and over. And then when you look at Dennis's mama, what do we see constantly? Nothing but excuses. Anybody mention anything he did wrong? She got an excuse ready to go. I don't care what he did. She has an excuse ready to go to defend her son's disgusting behavior. And what's messed up is Miss Thing don't see nothing wrong with it. Now, the fact that she don't see nothing wrong with it, if it was just her, y'all, I wouldn't even say nothing. But I feel like it's a whole subset of Black culture that literally sits around and find ways to make excuses for Black men being violent, aggressive, dangerous, toxic, and deadly. And it needs to stop. And I'm saying this as the mother of a young Black man. My son know good and hell well, if a girl don't want you, leave her alone. I said it. If that girl don't want you, leave her alone. If she say she don't want you no more, and you try to talk to her and she don't want to see reasons with you, leave her alone. If I catch my son going by somebody's house, I hear a tale of you calling somebody or harassing somebody's daughter after she don't want you, I'm gonna beat your tail. I'm gonna punch you in the back of your throat and make your teeth click. Leave people children alone. If that girl don't want you, she don't want you. But these mamas are not doing that. A lot of these mothers are just like Dennis's mama. They got an excuse for everything disgusting and trifling that their sons do. You got a shiftless, no account son, ma'am, and you need to go ahead and come to terms with that. You need to come to terms with it. And that's why he was so quick to make up an excuse for himself, because he knew he was wrong, but he's been trained that when I'm wrong, all I need is an excuse. That's what he's been trained with. When I'm wrong, all I need is an excuse. And by the way his mother has raised him, he really believes that that's all he got to do. That's why he told that lie so quick. And I'm mad too, because I had to watch that video almost 30 times. Hell, might have been 40, trying to see any evidence of what he claimed took place. Just lying. And then you sitting up here, making all kind of violent commentary toward Tasha K, Dennis, because she lied on you. But do you want people sitting up making violent commentary towards you because you lied on that girl, on that little slow girl on that show? Lala said, exactly. Sour grape face Gina is always trying to defend Dennis's behavior. That's why he's not mature. Exactly. Hey, Delicia. He hasn't matured. He hasn't gotten any better. He still has not learned to take accountability for anything because his mama is there with ready-made excuses. Ready-made excuses. Right. Hold them sons accountable. He's not God's gift to women. He ain't God's gift to nothing. As a mother, she ought to be embarrassed. And then people quick to say, anytime a woman does anything, have y'all noticed how quick our community is to try to hold women accountable? We got people who ain't even part of our community, like Sandy Newton, trying to hold Black women accountable for stuff that ain't got nothing to do with them. But when it comes to our men in this community, we have a hard time holding them accountable for anything. I mean, for anything. It can be on camera. And we're going to find a way. This man confessing himself on camera after he murdered this poor young woman in front of her child. And there were still people who were struggling to hold a murderer accountable. I said, well, I be John Brown. I done lived too long, apparently. I've lived too long. It's time for me to leave here. Because this is what it's come to. We got excuses for everything. And now here come Kanye with his mess. And I'm so sorry that Miss Donda is gone, because we need her to come back and stand trial, ma'am. Did you train this boy like this, or is he doing this just because you're not here to hold him accountable? What's really going on? Because in my opinion, He made a bad decision. Now he want to drag everybody else into it so much so that now magically he trying to make his children black. Them children ain't black. Stop it. Just stop it. Hey, CC. Lala say exactly. Black women are expected to shoulder the burden of everyone. Meanwhile, the dustball males get get passes at every turn. They do. They do. But what's amazing to me is, like I said, as a community, we really don't have a hard time holding black women accountable. We don't. If they do something wrong, we gonna say something. We don't get no pushback when we point out what a black woman is doing. We don't. Think about it. If a black woman does something remotely wrong, we can point it out. We can talk about it. Nobody's gonna cry. Everybody's gonna be like, "Yep, that's right." They're gonna hold it against her forever. It is never going away. But you let a black male do something absolutely dastardly on film with witnesses, let him sign an affidavit admitting to it, and we still gonna find a way where no matter what he's done, he's the victim. Y'all ain't noticed that, or am I tripping? If I'm tripping, let me know. But I feel like we got to start having some real conversations about this because of the fact that we keep having to see video after video of these people going viral, excuse me, for the murder of young black women. I just feel like somebody got to say something because this is out of control. Somebody got to say something. It may as well be us. Kids say Kanye is only black and panders to the black community when he needs us. He and Kim will be back together and back to laughing at us. He can kick rocks. Dennis and his Leatherface mama too. Ooh, child. Not Leatherface. They kind of do look like leather though. It kind of does. Kind of does. DT says, wait, that man literally give the if he can't have a nobody can to the brave black woman who decided to choose her over him. And I hope she rests in everlasting peace. She didn't deserve that at all. She didn't. She didn't. No woman deserves to lose her life just because she don't want you. Like it was just crazy, y'all, to see the people online in those comments. I would just pull it up and show y'all. Y'all know I don't mind pulling stuff up, but I don't know how to black out people's names, and I don't want nobody to be like, "Oh God, she's shaming us, she embarrassing us for showing people what we said on the internet." But I really low key want to show y'all. If it was not Facebook and it was Twitter or something, I would, because then they use nicknames. But on Facebook, they use their real names. That's the only reason I won't pull it up. Because those comments, y'all, it was the comments, it was the excuses, it was the mammies crawling out of the woodwork like cockroaches to make excuses. And these are the same people that'll throw a fit and say, "Oh, Cardi called a black girl a cockroach." And then you're angry and forever about somebody calling one person a word, but you're not angry. You make excuses for these people murdering black women. Like I'm just so confused. I'm so confused and just over it. That's right. Happy and blessed Sunday. That's why I say, like, today I didn't want to do no video about no shows. I wasn't finna look for no show to talk about. I just wanted us to talk about what the hell's going on with social media and with our folks. Like, what the hell are we doing? That's really my only question at this point. What in the hell are we doing? Because this just don't make a lot of sense to me. Y'all excuse the tinkling and stuff. I told y'all I'm blinging out this hookah. Lala says, I left an abusive relationship and my ex tried to stalk me, but I'm grateful that my family was able to intervene before things took a turn for the worse. Amen. I'm grateful that your family could intervene too, because we need you here. But it's just the idea that, that's necessary. And what's worse, I think what makes it worse for me, not just that a man was violent, because men are violent. I don't care what color man you talking to, men are violent. That's why I'm not a big fan of this crap going around. where everybody's like, oh, you have to divest. You sound stupid as hell. And then when you get over there and Opie Taylor do something jacked up to you, don't come crying to us, because then we got to look at you like we look at Kanye. When you start making excuses and conversations about how, these people are so much better. If that's the case, then okay, when you get over there and something don't go right, don't call us. Because the issue is not about what color the man is. If a man is dangerous, the man is dangerous. I just have a problem with the fact that when a Black woman is the victim, we become the problem. Hey, Tara. Hey, Keisha Hooks. That's the part I don't like. No matter what happens, we're the problem. Even when somebody is killing us, we're the problem. Because I know for a fact, I was looking, I want to say this was last year, maybe. Something happened. Some girl, hey, Gaby, was on that, oh, I'm a divest and Black men this, all the ignorant rhetoric we hear. Because y'all know I don't believe in that gender wars crap. I'm a firm believer that the people that spout that stuff have never had a healthy relationship in their life with nobody. It's just weird. However, this young woman had been on that trail and she was doing her thing with that. And then the clear gentleman she was with ended up beating her tail. And she went online to try to expose him. And the way people went at her is not the way they go at these Black men. Honey, they was just like, girl, hold your own. They didn't give a darn. They didn't care that this man had beat her half to death. And it was just crazy because nobody looked at the truth, which is men are violent. It's a Black man is violent, a white man is violent, an Asian man is, men are violent. Like if you look through history, there have been issues of women being abused on every coast, in every country, in every culture. I don't give a flip. So the issue then becomes, some men are good, some men are bad, some men are violent, some men are not. Okay? My issue is when it is a Black woman, stop making excuses. Stop trying to turn whoever victimizes us into a victim. No matter what they do to us, they're a victim. We need to have mercy on them. We need to be careful what we say about them. That's garbage. Hey, Ra. I mean, am I saying the truth, CC? Because it don't make no sense. The minute something happens to a Black woman, we at fault. No matter what people do to us, we're at fault. We are the problem. Because someone decided to harm us, we're at fault. Now, stuff like that is where they lose me now. Because I'm just like, come on now. Everybody else can be a victim, and everybody else can hold the people who victimize them accountable. And when it comes to sisters, that's never the case. We're never seen as women. We're never seen bad. We're barely seen as human, but definitely never regarded as women. Like it's ridiculous. We talking about a little bit of everything, but right now I'm talking about that young man up there in Wisconsin who thought it would be great to go live on Facebook and murder this young woman who's the mother of his child in front of the baby. That's what we're talking about right now. And the fact that no matter what, when you go online, these people are literally on Facebook making excuses for this young man. I don't even know, like, how would your brain have to work before he's a victim? How would it have to work before he's a victim? Right. And so then what it becomes is then we try to find ways to tell Black women what they should have done to avoid being victims. What should we have done to avoid being victims? And that's a conversation that I think is problematic as hell. Right. What the hell? Exactly. Lala said exactly. They treat us like we're another species of an unclassified one. And that is sickening. It is. But this is the thing. When the conversation turns into what you could have done to prevent somebody from doing something heinous, violent, or lethal to you, That's when I got a problem. That's when I got a problem. Hey, Auntie Eva, like for instance, if a girl is getting beat or abused, or if the man ends up killing her, what's the first thing they say? She should have left. Okay, bet. So this young woman said, I'm gonna take y'all at y'all word, I'm leaving. So once this young woman decided to leave, now this man has killed her. What will we say now? Yeah, victim shaming and victim blaming. Because at this point, you can't shame a corpse. He took her life in front of her child. But now it's, well, let's try to find a way where we can say, well, maybe she was a whore, or maybe she was this. And it's like, I don't care if she was. Nothing that somebody does with their own body gives anybody the right to take violent or lethal action against them. I don't care. I don't care if that man, and this go for men and women too. I don't care if that man cheated on you. I don't care if he slept with your first cousin and your best friend from head start. If he did something like that to you, that was his body. It was not your body. Don't you do nothing to nobody. Keep your hands and feet to yourself. Didn't we learn that in kindergarten? If you don't like what somebody did, leave them people alone. Like I said, exactly. When I was being abused by my ex, one of my friends, who is no longer a friend, had the nerve to ask me what I did to set him off. Right. So then when it becomes, okay, let's really talk about the position we're in as Black women here. They say choose better. Okay, fine. When we reject somebody who we can clearly see is less than, and then they start attacking you because you rejected them. Oh, y'all wrong for that. You frustrating them. It was a sister that was over on Gossip Girl channel the other night talking about, well, you got to be careful because it's the rejection, and Black women seem unobtainable. I don't care if we are unobtainium, if we are a fictitious element on the charts. You don't have the right to take somebody's life. You don't. They say pick better. Then when you pick better, you're at fault because you didn't pick somebody that you could tell was a problem. Then if you pick one of them that pretend to be the good guy and he flip out and kill you, then they're gonna say, well, he was violent, he showed red flags, you should have left. Okay, bomb. So then you see a problem and you say, I'm gonna get up out of here because this Negro crazy. He got rats, roaches, and marbles in his head. He crazy. I'm finna go. Then when you decide to leave, he kill you. Then they say, well, she was probably hoeing around. She was playing with his feelings. How was she playing with his feelings and she trying to leave? She looked like to me, she being very straightforward with the fact that I don't want you no more. Then once you're dead, they still try to find a way that it's your fault. Then they turn around and say, okay, you got sisters, Black women who are just as toxic, running around cursing at people, calling them out their name. That's why y'all so-and-sos need to divest. Then when you divest and go mess with Opie Taylor, and Opie Taylor kick y'all in your gut and do something terrible to you and call you all types of niggas, then they say, oh, well, you shouldn't have been messing with him. Well, what the hell should Black women do? Can you tell us that? What should we do? Tara said, I'm not surprised. Women get the blame for everything. No, Black women get the blame for everything. Other women skate, even when they dead wrong. Even for the kids that they raised by themselves. Mm-hmm. Not your twins, mama. Hey, girl. I'm glad you popped in. So I've tried to explain that to many people. You don't know what black women have to deal with. They don't. And you know what else? They don't care either. They don't care. We the villain in every story. In every story, we the villain. No matter what we do, we the villain. We hold it together because we ain't got no choice. They call you masculine. You raise your children after a man run off. Now you a single mama. Now you the whole problem in the whole Black community because you a single mama. You didn't put the man in a basket and chain him up and hide him in the basement. He left on his own. But now you the problem. You're the problem because he left. Then when you get married and the man ain't no good, well, marriage don't mean nothing. But you just got through attacking Black women for being single mamas. Then when they get married, they don't mean nothing. Then no matter who you get, you should have chose better. Then when you try to choose, but you see what I'm saying? It's a cycle. It's nothing we gonna do that's gonna satisfy people who are dedicated to misunderstanding us. There's nothing we gonna do to satisfy people who are dedicated to fault finding, to finding something wrong with everything we do. Rara say my son called me Superwoman because he doesn't think I hurt and I can conquer all. Yeah, and that's it's sweet in a way. I went through that with my son to a certain degree, but I think that's when we have to have conversations with our boys. I had a few good conversations with that son of mine and made it very clear, like, hey, listen here, man. Your mama might be tough, but every woman is not as tough as your mother. He went and got married. I made it clear. Your mother's not the most emotional person, but women are usually very emotional. Sometimes women can be completely irrational, but you are not to mistreat that young woman. I don't care what she do. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of mothers are not sitting down having that conversation with their boys. They're expecting these girls to be tough as cast iron. When in reality they shouldn't have to be. And we shouldn't be out here shaming other sisters for not being as tough as us. That is not what we should be doing. Being tough should not be a prerequisite to being a Black woman. Nobody talks about our mental health and what it feels like to have to bottle up your feelings and have to bottle up your emotions, because if you don't, then you know you're going to be considered weak. You're going to be held at fault for everything. You're going to be blamed for everything. All of that stuff, man. I don't know. I just feel like we're locked in a losing battle. Is how it looks to me. Say exactly. So society treats Black women like a catch-22. Yeah, they definitely put us in a catch-22. And shout out to you for having to be a single mama. Shout out to you for having to do it. Chad said, my kids said we never saw you cry, Mom. They had no idea. But you know what? And we hide a lot of stuff because we do have to be strong for our children to a certain degree. But I think that it's very much important that our children see our humanity, that we're brave enough to allow our children to see us be vulnerable. I'm not the best person to be talking about it, but the truth is the truth. I had to learn that lesson. I had to let my children see me be vulnerable. Like, yes, mama might be tough as carbine steel, but you need to know that mama is still a human. Mama is still a woman. Mama can cry. Mama can get her feelings hurt. They need to know that we're human, because everything around them is what I'm getting at here is everything around them and everything around us is painting a completely different picture of who we are as Black women. It's painting a whole different picture. We say we had the conversation. He's starting to realize now he's at his dad's. Yeah, well, thank God for that. Diamond Pearl Jim say that's why I do what I do when I want to. People have agendas, and my agenda comes first. You can't please everyone. Don't try. Don't you dare. Right. It's very annoying. It's very annoying. We're human and we're women. We're not men. I have no desire to be a man. I'm not interested in one way or the other of competing with men. I don't agree with that. Oh, I need to think like a man. I don't need to do none of that. And they even say between a rock and a hard place, can't win for losing so many times. It's true. Yeah, I knew what you meant when you put it there. I knew you meant strong Black woman. It's annoying. Because you don't see nobody else being called a strong nothing. When the last time you heard of a strong white woman or the strong Asian woman or the strong Latin woman? No, the only people they want to put that on is Black women because they still want to treat us like livestock and cattle. It's very disgusting. It's very disgusting. Because when you take away someone's humanity and you refuse to see them as human, then it becomes easier to inflict pain on that person. It becomes easier to ignore whatever they're going through. And it becomes a whole lot easier to take them out of here, to commit murder, and to take their lives away. Because in your brain, you've disconnected that person from their humanity. That ignorant piece of trash that murdered that young girl, he disconnected her from her humanity. He didn't see her as a human. He saw her as property. He saw her as a possession. And the minute she took agency over herself, he decided to take her life. At what point do we stop allowing people to take away our humanity? We have a right to insist on it. Hey, Carrie Smith. And people like, what's that hooker from the heifer from yesterday, the heifer, Tandy, and people like Kanye, those type of people. They try to disconnect us from our humanity as well. They're no better. They're no better. They're not. That's why that heifer could just weaponize her tears and try to attack and paint bullseyes and targets on the back of every Black American woman in existence. Because to that heifer, we're not human. We're just the target of her tears and her lies and manipulations and animus. Kids say strong Black woman is why there's so many deaths in these hospitals of Black women. You're right. They believe that we feel pain differently, like we're not a regular human. Our cries of pain and need help ignore. Yes, they will ignore you. They sure will. They sure will. And Buffy and them are going there and crying, holler, and roll around on the ground, and don't be nothing wrong with them. We used to call them frequent flyers. They would go from hospital to hospital getting scripts. A sister be laying up there hurting to the point of wanting to pass out, and they'll try to give you 2 Tylenol and tell you it's okay. And this is even after they finally started using pain as a vital sign, because before they weren't doing that. But once they started using pain as a vital sign, and they ask you your pain level between 1 and 10, and you tell them it's an 8, if you're a Black woman, your 8 is not the same as that clear woman's 8. It's not. It's just not to them, because you're Black. You know, she's fragile. She's delicate. But you're Black. You're not delicate. You don't get to be fragile. And while I'm never going to pretend that I'm the most fragile or weak woman, I know that a lot of my sisters are fragile. I know that a lot of my sisters are not very strong. And you know what? They have a right not to be. Without stigma, without judgment, and without being abused. And it just ain't right. It just ain't right. And then, like I said, I just sit here and I'm watching to see how many people come out of the woodwork to defend people who are toxic, dangerous, and lethal. And like LEL said, they already trying to defend Kanye. Already. That's all I got for it. Hey, Trini girl. It just don't make no sense to me. Like I said, I tried to make sense out of it, y'all. I just couldn't. And it really was kind of breaking me down a little bit. Just keep reading the things that are being said. Say we've been through so much and they can't imagine how we bounce back. They actually resent you for your abilities to bounce back. They resent you because you can bounce back. Hey, Escromarty. I'm just, I mean, it's like, in my opinion, I just feel like I don't know what the answer is. I think that's the most honest way I can put that. I don't know what the answer is, but I know the answer cannot be what's been going on here lately. That can't be the answer. I just don't know, y'all. I'm really disgusted. Really and truly disgusted. I guess we'll wait and see who else blames black women for whatever's going on in the world. And we'll wait and see next time a black woman is attacked, how quick they run out to defend her attackers. See, I can't understand why black media has not stepped in and denounced the crime against black women. What you mean you can't understand why? They don't love us, baby. They don't love us. That's why. They want to use you because they know first and last. Ain't no, that black media knows that there is no black media without black women, but they don't love you. Thank you for the super chat, Lala. She says, "This is why we appreciate you so much, sis. Thank you for using your platform to uplift and discuss issues that pertain to us. We love you. I love you right back. It's just I get tired. Like sometimes just even taking all this stuff in, reading this stuff. I feel like there's even an agenda to these animals posting these murders on live and stuff. It's because after a while you keep seeing the same thing over and over. It messes with your psyche. Diamond Pearl Jim say even after the guy threw the baby into the river and killed the mother, no major outcry. Never. Never. Rara said, I had a boyfriend that said he was with me because I was a strong black woman. Then I put him out and he went to a white woman. He pays all her bills and her grown kids' bills now. Right. Because when it was you were just livestock to him. You were a resource. They see us as a resource. And that clear woman, he was treating her like you're supposed to treat a woman. You're supposed to be her provider and protector. He didn't want to be provider and protector for you because you was just a resource. Mm-hmm. Right, to keep us traumatized. That makes sense. It's just the comments. This guy literally said, blank, what did she do to make bro snap out like that? And somebody jumps in and says, exactly. Females want to jump on his case because he was a man and killed a woman. Whew, God, today, my brain cells. And killed a woman. Well, he ain't killed that woman for no dang reason. Baby moms and women in general do the most outrageous things sometimes and just expect the man to take it as if we don't have emotions. This is disgusting. Just disgusting. It's disgusting. Like, y'all, I'm serious. I'm looking at this stuff and it is really disgusting to see how these animals discuss the murder of this beautiful young black woman. It's so messed up. Charlene said we have to deprogram and reprogram our minds because the conditioning is toxic. Right. That's all she did. She was just there. She was just there. That's it. I don't know. It's just the oh God. The comments. Mm, I don't know. I don't have a lot of hope for where this is going. I really don't. It don't look good. It dang sure don't feel good. Like to me, this was not a feel good day. Seeing that stuff all day. It just wasn't. It definitely not a feel good day. And the commentary from black men has been real interesting. And I noticed people that normally have a whole lot to say ain't saying a whole lot on this one. And oh my God, y'all got to hear this one. This one is a whole different take. He's really painting this man, this murderer, as the victim. He says, young black men, be careful who you lay with as well. And don't let them drive you to a point where your mental health is at crisis. Really? I can't even speak on all the things that are wrong with this. Oh my God, y'all, we got one black man that's not disgusting. We got one. He said this is definitely not a mental issue. This is a guy with a fragile ego. This is a guy that don't understand nothing lasts forever, especially relationships. Wholeheartedly, this guy knew exactly what he was doing. He even prayed before he finished spazzing out. No sympathy for that chump. Thank God. So there's one man left. There's one man left. One. Mm. And then he was responding to a lady who was agreeing with him, and he said he gave more insight to how he felt. He said, "Hate to say it, but it's true. Relationship wise, there's a community of men that can dish it out, i.e., cheating, lying, leaving a relationship, etc., but can't take it. When a woman decides to indulge in the same behavior, those guys referring you're referring to in this post are part of that community, regardless of what she did or didn't do. Death wasn't and shouldn't be the answer. Watch yourself out here, ma'am. Stay woke. Okay, I'm glad there's one man left. There's one man left, and that looks like that's the only one because the rest of them are just ashy, dusty. Says some parents are raising their kids narcissists. They can't accept rejection. I'm telling you, they can't. I'm telling you, it was a lady literally, it was on the other night online, and she's talking about how we need to feel sorry for these wild animals because, to them, it seems like black women are unobtainable and they just can't get a black woman, and the rejection gets to them like we owe them our bodies. They have an entitlement to black women, and God forbid you get in a relationship with one of them, you don't even have the right to leave when you want to. Because if you try, you're wrong, you evil, you're messing with my mental health, and now I'm going to take your life. This is crazy. Listen, y'all, it's the comments for me. It's the comments for me. The fact that he did it was disgusting, but just the mindset of the people is what's throwing me. Lala say the same thing happened to a young woman in my state where I live a few months ago. She was trying to leave her abusive husband, and he took her life in front of their child, and people tried to blame her. That's what happens. They can't accept rejection or responsibility for their actions or behavior. True. Oh God, here's another dust bunny. He says we all have mental health. To clarify, people need to be aware of people's emotions and feelings. And last to add, quit glorifying sneak links for people in the world who are loyal. This has an effect on people's mental health. Boy, don't nobody owe you nothing. I don't care if she slept with everybody on the block. That was her body. Mm, y'all, this is ridiculous. If you like me and you got a daughter out there that's dating, y'all better be careful. Mm. Oh, y'all, we got another man that's actually a man. He calls his character a whole sucker. He was on the video trying to blame the victim, then talking about that this ain't for a B. I'm glad he killed himself. He's a sucker. Asked the Lord for forgiveness and then killed himself like a coward. You're still going to hell, Bucko. R.I.P. to the victims. Prayers for their families. So we found two men. and all of social media that didn't blame the young woman who was killed. Oh, sweet God. Y'all, this shouldn't even been in here. Y'all, it's a clear man in the midst of all these black people talking about he want to buy people fingernails or pictures of their feet. I'm dead. Oh, God. And that's for the people talking about y'all go divest. Okay, go on, go. Mm. Keep telling y'all men are dangerous. It ain't one color or the other. Men are dangerous, and don't nobody care about black women. This is weird. Just weird behavior just to see all these men saying all this crazy stuff. I still haven't found So girl, hey D Free B. So y'all, we found a comment. Yeah, I'm not gonna read that, Cheryl. He said too much. I'm not comfortable. So we found a comment from the young woman's cousin. She says my cousin lost her life at the hands of a coward. He said out his own mouth, nothing is gonna justify what he did. So why y'all trying to? He went on live to get y'all to feel bad for him because that's what abusers, manipulators, and gaslighters do. He killed himself because he couldn't live with what he did, not because of mental health. I'm on this app scrolling to see so many condolences to him and none to her family, or her baby. She said the S word, but I'm gonna say crap. Yeah, these on Facebook, Gaby. Say the crap making me sick to my stomach. Had a full outfit picked out he wanted to be buried in and started praying to God as if he wasn't about to burn in hell. My cousin was just up happy, laughing, sharing stuff on Facebook 4 hours ago. She woke up with intentions of still being here to take care, provide, and nurture her child that was taken away from her because of jealousy and selfishness. Y'all, this is sad. Mm, he just didn't want to go to jail. Mm-mm. Y'all better be careful out here. Mm. Y'all, there's a third man, and I'm literally while I'm talking to y'all, I'm looking through comments. I'm looking through comments, and I've literally found three men. Three. He called him. He got a lot of cussing, so I might not be able to give y'all this one verbatim. He says, "Effing coward. He ain't S. There's no excuse for leaving that baby with no one at all." Talking about he going through a lot. He ain't going through crap compared to a lot of people out here. He's a weak, poor excuse for a man, and I don't feel sorry for him at all. Just that baby. So we got one decent man, and a Dusty came right behind him. Talking about it sad as it is, some women love the so-called baby boy type. Shut up. Oh God, y'all don't know how bad I want to show y'all these people's pictures. If y'all could see him, he's sitting up here with a double chin, thick glasses, and titties sagging, and talking about women like the baby boy type. Boy, just tell the truth. You got an attitude problem because women don't like your type. So now you came on here to try to throw dirt on somebody who's been murdered. Oh, there's a fourth man. Y'all, I'm mad that I don't look through all these comments and we ain't found but 4 men who were actually men. Child, somebody talking about their heart is crying out for him, poor man. Y'all, this is unreal. I can't look at no more. This is about to blow my nerves for real. Too much. Too much. Sisters, if y'all don't see we got some strange enemies, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else I could show you. for you to understand, but we got some strange enemies. Strange enemies, y'all. And that poor little baby, she was sleeping with the enemy. What you say? You say exactly. Your ex was bipolar and refused to take his medication. When he would become manic, he became very dangerous. I had to get away. It was gonna be life. Sure. And I hope you left quickly, sooner rather than later. All you got to do, Gaby, if you want to just see the foolishness for yourself, go to Facebook and type in the young man's name. I'm going to type it in the comments so you can see exactly what his name is. Because if you type his name in, all kind of articles are going to come up. His man ain't want him to be nothing. Larville. Huddleston, I think is how you say that last name. I just put it in the chat. Go to Facebook and type that in. All kind of articles and stuff gonna come up. I didn't even go to Twitter because I don't know if I could have taken that. I don't think I would have been able to survive it. Just too disgusting. But that's all y'all got to do. Look, I'm finna get up out of here, y'all. I'm still blinging. When I finish with the bling, with the blingation of this hookah, I will make sure y'all see a picture. Lala said, I sure did. As soon as I figured out he wasn't mentally sound, I left immediately. I was not about to stay and be abused and possibly killed. Exactly. Exactly. My attitude has always been, I don't want to go to prison. And you keep hitting me, that's where I'm going. So, no. Why I got to go to prison? Because you can't keep your hands to yourself. Gaby say Facebook is quick to delete and remove comments they don't like, but when it has anything to do with black women, it's open season. Of course. You know. You already know. They don't care nothing about what's got to do with us. Hey, happy to be happy. I ain't know you was in here, girl. But no, when it's got to do with us, it's okay. That's okay. Well, listen, y'all, I'm about to finish with the bling, get a little rest. We'll be back tomorrow with our updates, our news, what's happening in the world, what's happening online, what's happening in Washington. We're going to talk about all of it tomorrow. I just wanted to hop in here tonight with y'all and we could, talk, chat a little bit while I get some work done. And I appreciate y'all keeping me company. That was everything. I really appreciate it. And we will talk again tomorrow. All of y'all who hit the like button, I thank you. Please, if you didn't get a chance to hit the like button or double check it, make sure that they didn't take your like back. Okay? Because sometimes they'll take it back. So don't let them take it back. On your way out, double check that like button. If you didn't hit it, go ahead and hit that bad boy. I sure appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. Okay? All right. Good night, y'all. Bye-bye.